Oh, match incomplete. Oops. Fuck you. How about that? I don't get it. I really don't get it. It's not fun. It's not. I got no progress on anything out of it. It's
funny.
No, it's fucking not. This is awful. This is the. I don't get why. Why would you design a game mode like this? Sorry, not a game mode, a playlist. Why would you do that? Why would you have a game, right, that's emphasizing like cooperative play, right? Have a quote-unquote skill-based matchmaking set. And then, if your problem is that people aren't playing your game, why would you fucking make every possible thing that you could disincentivize somebody from playing your game exist? Why would you do that? Right? Like, Smite's ranked, right? The big issue with ranked is that there's not a whole lot of people playing it, so the matchmaking tends to suck. What they've done is they've made little improvements here and there that have slowly brought up the player population and that have made it easier for the game to match you properly, right? Destiny's like, alright, so we're going to have loss streaks because fuck you. We're going to make it so if you're solo queuing, you could still play, match against full stacks of 4. And there's really no penalty for leaving either. So just leave if you want, it's not a big deal. Like, why would you do that? And then we also created one of the worst metas ever to exist because we didn't want to fucking... Because instead of making weapons weaker, we want to buff them into fucking oblivion. We don't want to have balance, we just want to have insanity and chaos running the fucking PvP meta. We don't... Why would you ever do that? To be fair, I hadn't seen, like, gravitons at all up until today when I jumped into Iron Banner and then competitive when everyone's being a sweaty fucking shitter. It's not too bad, but like there was a solid month and a half, if not more so, of time where Graviton was and still is the best gun, and that time I would have totally been playing comp because you guys were playing, but because the meta was so shit, we fucking couldn't enjoy it. How do you shoot yourself in the foot so bad after doing it with the first game? What is wrong with you? God! Fuck! And it disconnected my microphone.
You see why?
Like, I want to play this game. I want to play this game. This game is fun. But every single thing that Bungie does doesn't make it fun. There is so much potential here.
Yeah, but potential doesn't mean it's good.
Yeah.
I mean, it did.
I'm so sick and tired of the whole, well, it was technically a different studio excuse. Who fucking cares? It's still Bungie. It doesn't matter if it's the same team of people, there's still inner fucking office communications that can happen. How do you have masterpieces like the majority of the Halo franchise that Bungie controlled, all fantastic, ODST's a little bit weaker, but it's not a bad game, it's still really fucking good, right? How do you have shit like that, and then you shit the bed really bad with Destiny 1 early on, and it kind of throws a lot of people off? And then you're like, alright, we're going to fix it with Taken King, and we're going to fix the stuff that Taken King brought in that people weren't too comfortable with, but were kind of awkward with Rise of Iron. And then, oh yeah, by the way, we're going to ignore everything we just fucking did. We're not going to listen to any of the community feedback. We're not going to listen to literally anything cool that ever happened in Rise of Iron that could have been a decent quality of life improvement, and we're not going to bother carrying it over to our next game. We're not going to bother doing that at all. We're going to just shit the bed repeatedly. And then, like, basically make anyone who ever thought about defending you as a company or as a game look like a fucking retard over and over again. How the fuck do you do that? How do you lose your community so bad so many times? What is wrong with you? Like, I don't know if it's Activision or if it's Bungie or if it's honest to God fucking both of them. But I'm so glad they brought out Vicarious Visions. I am so glad they brought out a game company that actually seems to give a shit about the content they're creating to do the cool shit for them. Like, Huckleberry, right? Amazing gun, okay? They knocked the fucking design and the manufacturer, like, aesthetic out of the fucking park. The gun is fun to use, the gun feels unique, and it's cool as shit, right? Fucking the Karnstein's omelets. Anything that Vicarious Visions worked on has turned out impeccable. Why don't you have that kind of passion for the actual main game? Like, what are you doing? I'm sorry, I was the one who defended this fucking game from the day it started. I was the one who kept playing this game when everybody else stopped, and I've lost that. If Forsaken isn't good, I'm fucking done. I can't do this. I can't fucking do this anymore. I have other shit that I want to play. God! The problem is, I'm relying on another Taken King scenario. And that alone is the issue. I'm not mad that I'm paying for it. I'm mad that it has to save the game. Because Warmind was great. Like, added a bunch of content, added a bunch of quality of life stuff that should have been in the game from the beginning. It's not a massive expansion, it's not going to rewrite the fucking code, but it still added a lot of cool stuff. Osiris was a fucking flop. The only cool thing they added were the weapons. Mercury is a complete fucking shit show. They made Brother Vance into one of the weakest fucking characters, and by giving us more information about him, essentially. I've resigned myself to the fact that I'm going to be paying for more content. That's never going to change, unfortunately. No matter what I individually do, that will never change. I could boycott that until the day I die. There will always be people who will do the same. Unless we get a mass internet consensus of, hey, don't buy DLC, that's never going to change. And that's not possible either. Because not everyone fucking that plays the game is the one who buys it. A lot of people get shit as gifts. And if that market exists, DLC will always sell. Expansions will always sell. If there's a way to make money, a company's going to take advantage of it. I'm not angry about that. I'm angry that it's the quality of life improvements that are coming with the paid content. Shit that isn't necessarily content. It's just shit that was supposed to be in the game from the start. And I know making a game isn't hard, or not. It's not easy. Like I get that. It's not like baking a cake. It's difficult and it's messy, and you have to work especially with a big studio. You have to work with like 90 different people's code and decipher it, and then go from there. And it's a fucking clusterfuck. I get it, but there are goals that you could have, that you should have from the minute that your game is released. You start listening to feedback and you write the shit down. That seems to be the community consensus after like a month of play. And you're like, all right, we need this, we need this, we need this, and none of that shit was in D2. They made shaders awful. They made fucking so many things just bad.
I really don't understand what they're thinking about that shader thing, to be honest.
That's so dumb. That, like, make the shaders rewards. Obviously, that's a good thing. But, like, making them a consumable? Like, if you want to, like, I like the idea of applying them to individual pieces of gear. That I do like. That was a step in the right direction. But making them consumable? Like, the cool ones, you never fucking get them. Like, I can't get any more of the new Monarchy shaders, because the faction rally isn't going on, and it's not going to be going on until much later in Season 4, if at all. So I've got no way to get the shader that I want. And they had such a great reputation system, too. And then and instead they're like, we're going to use tokens now that you turn in, which means you have to go through extra loading screens. Honestly, that one was like a step backwards. That doesn't seem... Because, like, the tokens aren't used for anything else. They're just used for the reputation. So why would we have to do it? Like, why would you add an extra step between us doing the activity and then getting the reputation? Trials was a shit show. It's not Trials. It's fucking Sweatier Comp, and it's getting deleted. Hopefully for the entire season, and they're gonna redo it and bring back. Honestly, bring back Trials of Osiris. Just bring that shit back. Rewrite Vance's character to be good. That's your opportunity. Bring the voice actor back. Make him the announcer. Boom! You have that solved. The community doesn't give a shit about that shit anymore. They're not going to be calling for the firing of an employee because you shit the bed writing it. That solves...
You know what's bad one? They're like, hey,
that solves like, literally 3 problems.
And it's like a lot of people, like...
That solves so many issues. Like... That, man, bring me back actual Trials in the state that it was in when it released with House of Wolves. Maybe not the exact state. Maybe little tweaks here and there, obviously. That brings back a lot of the people who hate normal Trials, because normal Trials is a fucking wreck. It gives an opportunity for advance, like I said. It makes the fucking rewards not these really awkward-looking white guns. You can make the fucking Egyptian aesthetic weapons and armor sets that you want, that we had in D1.
That everyone enjoyed.
Yes! Fucking, I loved the shit. What was it called? I don't remember what it was called. The fucking, is it Rising Sun? I don't fucking know. Like, the Anubis helmet for Warlocks looks so cool.
Yeah.
Like, that shit was
the
awesome.
Scare Beetle helmet.
Yeah. Fucking, oh god. The fucking hunters with the bandages and shit, like, that shit was dope. The way the cape gave you, like, cat ears, that was fucking adorable. Like, bring back the cool aesthetic that Osiris had, not the, we're gonna look like the Vex.
You lost me at cat ears. You had me, and then you're like, adorable cat. I'm like, okay, wait, never
You're the one who called it kawaii. Don't fucking start with me.
That
you
doesn't
literally, like,
mean
look
the
at me,
same
I'm so
thing.
kawaii.
That's different. I was saying that ironically.
Doubt. That's a hot X to doubt.
Never doubt!
I don't understand, man. Like, this game has so much good going for it. Gunplay is fantastic. You feel like a fucking badass. Like, this game does that extremely well. But it doesn't make what you're doing fun.